Thank you, friends. Let's all be seated. Every sunrise is a significance of welcoming a new thing of goodness and happiness. Quoting this, now I would like to invite our beloved head of the department, Dr. Priscilla Suresh, on stage to deliver the welcome address.
Sorry to interrupt you. It's all stand for Tamil Award.
Thank you, friends. Let's all be seated.
Most respected Principal, Honorable Chief Guest of this National Virtual Conference, respected Vice Principal, beloved Rector of our college, esteemed professors, deans, learned faculty members, my dear students, and my valued participants of this conference. It is indeed a great privilege and honor for me to welcome you all for this National Virtual Conference, which is sponsored by DBT on unraveling applications of alternative to animal models in biological research. In this Golden Jubilee year, our department is proud to organize this national conference. It is the first program after the inauguration of Grand Golden Jubilee celebration. It is a high time to deliberate on the alternative to animal models in biological research. A warm welcome to our principal, Dr. D. Paul Dayabaran sir. He is a man of vision and mission. Our college has great reputation of its high academic standards over the years. Our college has been nationally accredited with the A grade in NAC, with a CGPA of 3.58 out of 4, College of Excellence, DST FIST sponsored, and DBT Star College scheme. He has received Best Principal Award from the IRC among Christian higher education institutions and from many private organizations. Positive leaders empower people to accomplish their goals. I would like to thank our principal for his involvement and all the positive gestures he has shown in organizing Golden Jubilee inauguration and in the national conference. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. We are fortunate to have in our midst eminent scientist and great professor, Dr. M.A. Akbar Shah, sir, Research Coordinator, National College, General Secretary, Society for Alternatives to Animal Experiments, India, former Professor and Head, Department of Animal Sciences, Bharatdasan University. He has passion for his profession. His personal academic achievements are a source of motivation for us. Really, experts are humble and kind-hearted person. I have attended the workshops conducted by him in the Bharatidasan University. At that time, he was the coordinator for the Mahatma Gandhi Doran Camp Center. And I also attended a lecture in the refresher course. In both the sections, he has delivered the lecture regarding the alternative to use animal models, that is by using fungi, yeast, cell lines, and fish, zebra fish, and other models can be used instead of killing animals. So we are fascinated by his lecture, and he has given the software for the virtual dissection, and still we are using his softwares, and we are doing the virtual dissection in our lab, especially frog and earthworm and cockroach he has given, and we were doing that one. And simultaneously, if specimens are available, we are doing the dissection in earthworms and as well as in cockroach. So he has insisted us to use different alternative to the animal models what we are using so far in the research. He is the right person to be invited for this conference, as this conference deals with alternative animal models which can be used to do high level of research. My cordial welcome to Professor Alagappa Moses, Vice Principal, Head Department of Environmental Sciences. He is an unassuming person and a versatile speaker. He is our illustrious alumnus. He has conducted many programs on green audit, not only in our college, but all over Tamil Nadu. And he has received many government projects for environmental sustainability and climate change. I extend my warm welcome to my sincere welcome to our Rector, Raja Mohan Singh Ayya, for the spiritual support to our college and to our department. My hearty welcome to all the resource persons connected through online. Dr. Arnab Mukhopadhyay, eminent staff scientist, Molecular Aging Laboratory, National Institute of Immunology, New Delhi, India. Dr. Sweta Shavan, distinguished professor, the School of Life Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Dr. Mohammed Irgis, Senior Principal Scientist, CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad, Telangana. Dr. Chinmay Patra, Scientist D, DBT, Wellcome Trust of India, Alliance Intermediate Fellow, Department of Developmental Biology, Agarkar Research Institute, Pune, Maharashtra. Dr. Anand Krishna Tiwari, Associate Professor, School of Biological Sciences and Biotechnology, Indian Institute of Advanced Research, Bhopal, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, India. Also, I would like to welcome Organizing Secretary of this conference, Dr. Benjamin Tamil Selvan, for applying to DBT, sending proposals and receiving funds from DBT. And long back we have received in the month of April. So this is the right time to conduct this national virtual conference. I would like to thank for the tireless efforts taken for this for the effective conduct of this national conference. I wish to welcome all the faculty members of our department for their constant support in all the activities of the Department of Zoology. I wish to welcome Dr. P. Maharaja, Head of Intelligence and Omics for Precision Medicine in Paris, France. Thank you. I extend my welcome to all the participants of online oral and poster presentations from various colleges: Newman College, Kerala, Vivo Siddhapuram College, Tuticorin, St. Joseph's College, Chennai, Arulandan College, Madurai, College of Fisheries, Mangalore, ST Hindu College, Mangalore, Kamaraj Women's College, Tuticorin, and Annai University, Komunadu Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, Bardhasan University, Nesamani Memorial College, Karunya University, PSG College, Jamal Muhammad College, SRC College, Holy Cross College, and from our college, from various departments, biotechnology and zoology. Almost students, 40 from 40 colleges they have registered. The number, so they will be connected through online and they will be participating, and as well as they will be presenting their research papers as well as poster presentation also. So the theme of this national conference is alternative to animal models. So in my PhD work, I have used mice getting ethical clearance from the Animal Ethics Committee, and afterwards I have done with my research. Now also my research scholar, she has got individual ethical clearance, and she is doing in the star rats. So though we have been doing research in mice, rats, so these are all they are animals. So they also have the feelings, and we should not kill like mercy killing. So for that purpose only, there is a discussion regarding this, and many committees were framed and they have constituted, and they have given a research policy. Then we are also having bioethics related to this. So what are the animals can be used for the research and these things. So because of that, we have given the proposals to DBT. So regarding this is a innovative way of doing the research. So that's why they have also sanctioned because of the title we have given. So it is a unique title that is regarding the alternative animal models what we have to use, and our chief guest, Dr. Akbar Shah sir, is an expert in that. So he has been coordinated in the Mahatma Gandhi Doran camp in Bharatdasan University. It is related to, now he is general secretary for this committee, alternative animal models. So he is the right person to deliver the inaugural address regarding the alternative animal models. So you can find the number of animals used in research has increased with the development of research and in medical technology. So every year, millions of experimental animals are used all over the world. The pain, distress, and death experienced by the animals during scientific experiments have been a debating issue for a long time. Besides the major concern of ethics, there are few more disadvantages of animal experimentation, like the requirement of skilled manpower, time-consuming protocols, and high cost. So various alternatives to animal testing were proposed to overcome the drawbacks associated with animal experiments and to avoid the unethical procedures. So our department is indebted to the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, for sponsoring this enlightening conference. This conference offers a platform for academicians and research scholars to meet, discuss, share information and insights in the field of alternative animal models. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome. Now it's time to embellish the event by lighting the Kundavalati to radiate mirth. I request all the dignitaries to light the lamp. Thank you everyone for brightening the evening. Now is the time to honor all our dignitaries. I now request Professor Jeremiah Kirubanan sir on stage to honor our dynamic principal, Dr. T. Paul Tayabran sir with the shawl, and I request Dr. Priscilla Suresh ma'am, Head of the Department of Zoology, to present the memento. I request Professor Jeremiah Kirubanan sir to honor our principal sir with the shawl, and the head of the Department of Zoology, Dr. Priscilla Suresh ma'am, to present the memento. I now request Professor Y. Babu sir on stage to honor our honorable chief guest, Dr. AMBR’20 sir, with the shawl. And I request Dr. J. Junu ma'am on stage to present the memento. And I request Dr. A. Benjamin sir on stage to honor our Vice Principal, Professor A. Algaba Moses of Aided Section, sir with the shawl. And I request Dr. K. Kamalakaran sir to present the memento. And I request Dr. J. Rajan sir on stage to honor our respected Rector Ayya, Reverend P. Raja Hansen Ayya with the shawl. And I request Dr. Susan Suganya ma'am to present the memento. And I request our Vice Principal of Hospital College, Dr. Paul Tayabran sir, to honor the convener of this conference, Dr. Priscilla Suresh, Head of the Department of Zoology, with the memento. And I also request our Principal sir, Dr. Paul Tayabran, to honor our organizing secretary of this conference, Dr. A. Benjamin sir, with the memento. I now request our dynamic principal, Dr. T. Paul Tayabran sir, to honor the resource person, Dr. Arnab Mukhopadhyay. And on behalf of Dr. Arnab Mukhopadhyay, I invite Professor Jeremiah Kirubanan sir to receive the memento. I now request our dynamic principal sir, Dr. T. Paul Tayabran, to honor the resource person, Dr. Shrika Saran. And on behalf of Dr. Shrika Saran, I invite Dr. J. Junu ma'am to receive the memento. I also request Dr. D. Paul Tayabran sir Principal of Bishop Weber College, to honor the resource person, Dr. Muhammad Idris. And on behalf of Dr. Muhammad Idris, I invite Professor Y. Babu sir to receive the memento. And also request our principal of Bishop Weber College, Dr. Deepavaya Prinsar, to honor the resource person, Dr. Chinmay Patra. And on behalf of Dr. Chinmay Patra, I invite Dr. Jitesh Rajan sir to receive the memento. And I request the principal of Bishop Weber College, Dr. Deepavaya Prinsar, to honor the resource person, Dr. Anand Krishna Tiwari. And on behalf of Dr. Anand Krishna Tiwari, I invite Dr. Susan Suganya ma'am to receive the memento.
Leadership is an action, not a position. Who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. We have in our midst an exhilarating, dynamic leader of Bishop Weber College's experience journey, who has the vision to bring the institution to greater heights, to reach the pinnacle of success. His competence and ability enveloped within a vision lead the college to greater heights, like being recognized by the UGC as College of Excellence, the first among the affiliated colleges in Bharathidasan University to hold the title.
Notably, he was also honored with the Best Humanitarian Award by Monica Sapai for his noble contribution to mankind. I now invite Dr. Deepavaya Prinsar, the vibrant principal of Bishop Weber College, to give the presidential address.
Esteemed chief guest of this useful national virtual conference, Professor Dr. M.A. Shah, Research Coordinator, National College, and former head and professor of Animal Science Department of the University, and eminent professor of zoology, who great initially from the Jamal College, great professor of zoology, one of the professors that the country has produced, and General Secretary of the Society for Alternatives to Animal Experiments, India, beloved Vice Principal Eric Street, who was head of professors, now head of the Department of Environmental Sciences, beloved Rector of our college, Reverend Raja Mansinaya, beloved convener of this conference and head of the Department of Zoology, Dr. Priscilla Suresh, the organizing secretary of this conference, Dr. Benjamin Chandler, my dear guests, my dear colleagues, belong to the Department of Zoology and other departments. My dear student friends who are present here, students who are pursuing BSc Zoology and MSc Zoology, and my dear participants who are virtually connected to this conference, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, my warm greetings to all of you. It's a great joy and privilege for me to be with you this morning while the Department of Zoology, as a part of commemorating its Golden Jubilee, is thoughtfully organizing this national level virtual conference by availing sponsorship from Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. With all, let me appreciate and congratulate the head of the department, Dr. Mrs. Priscilla Suresh, who is the convener of this conference, and the organizing secretary, Benjamin, and each and everyone who is instrumental for this to happen, for the benefit of the student community, especially zoology and other connected disciplines. So, dear friends, really, I'm glad that zoology is celebrating its golden jubilee. So, and still I remember when I joined as a principal in the year 2011-12, I was fortunate to introduce by God's grace, we are able to introduce MSc Zoology in self-finance stream. So though after 40 years of Mercury service in zoology, they were able to introduce masters in zoology. And of course, later we also introduced as there was a demand for life science programs ever since during the mid 2015s. So we introduced BSc Zoology in self-finance stream also. In between, we also introduced one diploma in account, medical lab account. So zoology has been doing really well. Of course, I studied here since 1980. 1985, I did my UG maths and PG applied mathematics. So I have known about zoology. It's known for its discipline. This morning, the chief guest also asked, was Dr. Daniel Wesley, the former head, the first head of zoology, a very strict man who is very strong in wildlife biology. Was asking for a long time to come up with introduce. So masters in some wildlife biology, that kind of program somehow. Later on, I'm sure that the short span of time, you produce university grants. That the other day I mentioned, we had a grand inaugural function of World Women's Liberation the other day. Of course, the span of 5 years, we were able to produce university grants. So university grants for the UG as well as PG. Our illustrious alumni friends who did BSc Zoology much earlier, one of your friends, one of your seniors became the scientific advisor to the Prime Minister of the nation. So you produce a lot of illustrious alumni. You are doing really well in India as outside India. So, okay. Gentlemen, we sincerely appreciate and congratulate. I know some professors like Dr. Grace Media, Sushila Pandray, but all eminent professors of God, teachers. That's the reason why I'm doing well. They are not here now, but they made the foundation. This is a very bad lady now. I think work very hard and you're doing well. So, okay, I'm sure this year we will a lot of activities. It is the first man who will organize. We're just organizing national level virtual conference. And today, let me also join with Dr. Priscilla to welcome the eminent chief guest. Of course, he is the one who is introduced a virtual way of conducting those days. We always talk about dissection. I belong to first and high secondary. Is it okay? So I studied my high secondary from St. Anthony's School, Tanjore, 7880. At the time, the schools did not have proper land. So we've been taken to Pushpam College, Pundi, for doing some experiments. Okay, so in those days, they used to dissect cockroaches and other things, isn't it? So some may find even delicate to do. So we also later we do animal ethics. That's the reason why we are doing virtually all those dissections and we can 100% the reality. Of course, it was very helpful. This kind of pandemic, isn't it? Now we must feel. We have a lot of simulators too. Even before pilots getting into the cockpit, they get into the cockpit with a simulator and they feel as if they are flying above. Therefore, it is essential. Okay, therefore, even life science have kind of virtual experience. He is the father of virtual experiments. So we are extremely grateful for him. Presentation, and he's amidst us. I'm sure your presence will emulate, will inspire, will motivate friends. Think aloud, dear friends. Our life success depends upon the thought process. We must think in different dimensions. That's okay. But unless we think well, unless we think loud, we can't come. We should not confine us. So it's a wonderful opportunity for you to listen to various expertise, and you have to emulate your seniors or teachers. When I started my teaching career, I used to emulate how my teachers taught me mathematics, how they taught me computer language. So ultimately, then you must depend on your seniors. So I'm glad that once again, I send a warm welcome to the esteemed chief guest of today's inaugural function of the national level virtual conference. So dear friends, I'm glad that today you planned meticulously. We have 2 sessions, morning and afternoon session. You invited as many as 4 resource persons. We have 4 planned lectures, of course. Always, those days, organizing a national level of the national conference was very tough. Okay, but now we have got a wonderful connectivity. So whenever a problem comes, always we must view problems or challenges. Therefore, there's a lot of opportunities to excel. What is the new thing that we have found in this pandemic? We've been connected properly. Talk about connectivity. Connectivity means doesn't mean that we have to meet in person like this. Face-to-face meeting, okay, we can't replace that. But even then, we can be powerfully connected through online. So this kind of online meeting is essential. We can rope in anyone from anywhere and it can come online. So normally, when you meeting like this, you may have some questions which may block our mind. We may find reluctant to ask, but in online you can always put it in the chat box, and there is a moderator. You go to scanning and you will present to the speaker and will answer. So therefore, always this is very powerful. Sometime back we introduced for the MCA boys, we introduced a program called ABC. ABC means Alumni Buddy Connect. Alumni from US. For them it's Friday night. For us it's Saturday morning. On holidays, weekends. We are connected them through online and we prepared them for the campus. So okay, at the time was a big talk. So we have ABC program through online. Actually, they are coming, they are meeting our friends. And then, so we used to talk 5 years ago. Now it's become ordinary. So okay, online for everyone. Now we have blended mode. It's a blended mode. You are listening face to face, you are meeting the chief guest, you are going to meet the resource persons, whereas your friends in the group itself, wherever they are, they're able to connect and they can easily benefit. So, my dear friends, I'm glad that the zoology is doing extremely well. There's only one event, first event, maybe. We are going to have a lot of events, events for the student, present students to come up live. So, once again, we already it's late. So, we have to this waiting. We're supposed to begin by 9 o'clock, somehow late. And I'm glad that it is doing wonderfully well. It's 5 minutes. So now it's going to be a full-fledged department. I'm sure from this department, many students will get the doctorate degrees, and they also do well in research and media. And one day, the zoology will stand tall as a witness to this institution. So, this without taking much time, once again, I appreciate, congratulate the convener, the secretary, each and everyone is instrumental to happen in our campus. All the best. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir, for your elegant words of virtue. If you want to hear beautiful replies, speak beautiful words, because the root of all goodness lies in the soil of appreciation. I would like to invite our eminent Vice Principal of Aided Section, Bishop Hiba College, Professor A. Alagappa Moses, sir, to deliver the felicitation address.
Esteemed chief guest of this conference, Dr. Akbar Shah, sir, respected principal, director of the college, the head of the Department of Zoology, the convener of this program, and all the members of the faculty and dear students. So it's my pleasure to welcome you and then to thank you for inviting me to felicitations on this occasion. Let me congratulate at this moment the head of the department, the convener, and all the members for stepping into the 50th year, that's the Golden Jubilee celebrations, and conducting the first program after the inauguration of the Golden Jubilee. My congratulations and appreciation to all of you. And secondly, as our principal said, so we are running short of time and I'm not going to take much time. Just to felicitate and appreciate the exemplary work that have been done by the Department of Zoology. And this is the first department organizing this Golden Jubilee. After the revival of this college, we have celebrated in 2016 the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the college. And as the department, I appreciate the Zoology department to initiate this in 2022, a few days back. And soon, I think the Department of Physics and Chemistry also will follow this, and they'll be also celebrating. And next, to appreciate and congratulate all the senior professors, those who have made this department what is now. As our chief guest, Dr. Akbar Shah, has said, your former head of the department, the first head of the department, Professor Daniel Wesley, is a great man, a great zoologist. He used to draw a horizontal line and will teach you the entire evolution. So that's the kind of the expertise I still remember, but we don't have any kind of documentation at that point of time, no photographer, no video or nothing. But still, I remember, and most of our zoology students who have studied at this Professor Wesley, the kind of his teaching and the kind of his board work and everything. So that is, almost all the rest of the professors, right from, then we had Dr. Edwin and Professor Grace Miriam, Professor Shana Kumari, Mr. Soundra Pandian. So all these people were they were experts in all the dissections and conducting all the laboratory experiments. So there was a time when Professor Prashad introduced the virtual dissections, and through which there's a great radical change now we are experiencing, and we are trying to now follow the alternative models. So as an expert, Dr. Prashad said, we have also emulated a lot from you, sir. And I do remember one of your students, Dr. S.R. Vasuki. She was here in this department for some time, and she used to give a lot of new insights and the kind of the teaching and kind of the experimentation what Professor Akasha used to conduct in Jamal College, and she used to teach that to us when we were students in the MSc Environmental Sciences. So I appreciate you, sir, and thank you, sir, for that. And I do remember when sir was the deputy controller of examinations in the Bharathasan University, he used to help the students and members of the faculty from Bishop College a lot. So that's the kind of the expert we have today, and I appreciate and congratulate the organizing committee, the head of the department, and the convener for thoughtfully inviting Dr. Akashasa for this program. So thank you, sir, for your presence, and we do really cherish your comments, and I'm sure that we're going to have a great time listening to your presentations. I appreciate and congratulate all the other resource persons who have joined virtually and all the participants who have joined virtually. Dr. Priscilla ma'am said about 40 institutions enrolled in this program. So my appreciation to all of you and all the members who are connected, and all the organizing committee members and all the faculty members for this wonderful event. My greetings and appreciation. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we are extremely excited to invite our department's exuberant professor, Dr. S. Kamalakandan, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Bishop Heber College, to introduce our chief guest.
Very fine morning to everyone. Respected principal, esteemed chief guest of today's function, our head of the department, and our rector, sir, and our vice principal, Dr. Moses, and the organizing secretary, Baras. First of all, I'd like to thank the head of the department, Priscilla Suresh, for giving me an opportunity to introduce our chief guest of today's function. No, excuse me, no one will be happier than me. He is my research supervisor, he is my teacher. So I have a great pride and joy. In fact, I'm being honored to introduce today's chief guest, right? So he started his journey as a humble way, right? As pointed out by our, Alaga Moses. He started his journey as a lecturer or a demonstrator at Jamal Muhammad College and served there for 16 years. Then he got an opportunity to work in Bharathasan University in the Department of Animal Science as a lecturer, reader, and get elevated to the head of the department and served there until 2008. It was during this time I was being guided by Dr. M.A. Akbasha. I was a doctoral student of him. And after his service, actually, during this long tenure, that is, his tenure is around some 38 years of service put together. It starts from 1980, if I'm right, sorry, 1970. So over this 38 years of service, he has produced so many, students, master's students, as well as doctoral students. Most of them are very well placed. But I can, go on list with a number of students, those who have, reached top positions across the world. One of the best examples is Dr. Maharaja, who is sitting here, who works as a director in Paris, France, right? So after his service by 2008, so he started a center, Mahatma Gandhi Durkheim Center, in collaboration with the Switzerland fund. He received rupees of 5 crores and established the center, Mahatma Gandhi Durkheim Center. And there he worked as an honorary director for 2016. From there on, he started to sensitize people across the world, in using alternative forms of models for biological research. So his entire career spanned on animal models. He started to see the importance of using alternative forms in biological research, right? And to add a point, he was the first person in South India, if I'm right, to establish a cell culture facility at Bhadidhasan University. If I'm right, Madras University was that time. It has the work. He started to work, and at Bhadidhasan University, he started to establish the first cell culture facility. That is the seed for right now the center for the alternate research center at Bhadidhasan University. I can still remember that when I stepped in as a research scholar under his guidance, I was working in a small space in the Department of Animal Science, where we had a very simple facility to start with. Still, those memories remain fresh in my mind, right? So that is the starting point to work on animal. That shows the interest of him how to utilize another alternate forms to biological research, right? So he has a very long career. I can just move on, right? So he started as a research career, and continued as a visiting professor in University of Kentucky, King, Saudi Arabia, and he has visited nearly 20 countries across the globe and served as a resource person. And with the help of this MCDC facility, he has organized more than 100 in vitro, training workshops to sensitize, academicians, researchers, as well as top scientists across the world. He has a lot of credits. He has won several awards during his 38 years of service, right? Not to list plenty, not even one or two, plenty. So even at the age of 70, he won the best oral presentation award from Professor K.R. Lomas Memorial Orientation Award given by AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Science, Delhi, right? He's such a wonderful speaker. Still, I could remember how he could narrate things in the most simplest and lucid manner. The words just flow like just like river, or just like from a waterfall. Words flow like beautifully. So I'm very much eager to listen to his lecture. Right? After a long time, sir, I'm very much happy to listen to you, sir. And sir, to his research contribution, sir, he has a total of around more than 150 publications and has a Scopus index of around 38 and I-10 index of around 128. Sir, thanks for accepting our invitation and coming over here. And we are pleased to welcome you, sir. Once again, I thank the head of the department for giving me an opportunity to introduce the chief guest, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Extremely pleased to invite our chief guest, who is a biomedical scientist, a research co-founder, coordinator of National Forest Trichy, and also the General Secretary and the Society for Alternatives to Animal Experiments, India, Dr. AMBR’20, to deliver the inaugural address.
Respected Principal, Dr. Padre, Vice Presidents, most the Federal Department of Zoology, Dr. Nani Priscilla, Director, colleagues from the departments of Zoology, Environmental Science, Biotechnology, and even Botany, and students, and all those delegates who are attending this
conference, the online mode. Very good morning to all of you. It has been a really very pleasant privilege that I have been invited to be the chief guest for today's function. The Biotechnology College has inclined to decided to offer a virtual conference on alternatives to unemployed persons. It was a modernized terminology, but it is essentially alternatives to unemployed. And so I said I thank the department for putting the choice on me. And I should thank the Department of Biotechnology for giving the grant to this college to conduct this wonderful program. This is a program, a topic which is very close to my heart. And before I go into the technical part of my inaugural address, I would like to particularly, having come to this great campus of Bishop College, I should recollect my association with this college for 50 years. I joined Jammu College as a faculty. My biodata was presented in 1970, and the Bishop College was re-established in 1972. So it is 2 years later after me joining the college as a faculty. So people coming back to life. It was already there early. So it was coming back to life, and thanks to the management of those days, and particularly Dr. Samarat in those days, who steered this college into very rapid speed and reached very great heights. And today, after 50 years, the college stands as one of the most outstanding institutions, not only in Trichy, but throughout the country. You have wonderful positions. I have been very keenly tracking the progress the Bishop College has been making. But maybe historically, Bishop is looking behind other institutions, including the one where I worked for 16 years, starting 1786. Though lying behind Bishop College has established the facilities at the campus in a very enviable way. I repeat, it is really very enviable. The ambience of the campus is so beautiful. People would love coming again and again and again to this campus to enjoy the serenity and the peace in the campus of the Bishop College. I have interacted closely with the founders, the professors of this institution. I have a lot of love and regard for Professor Daniel Wesley. Dr. Daniel Wesley moved in from I remember right, St. Xavier's College or St. John's College, where he was a lecturer, and then he came to Bishop College and he established the Department of Zoology. So I have a lot of respect and regard for him, and he used to love me greatly as his son. So the intimacy of affection to zoology. So we were so attached to each other. I vividly remember my association with Dr. Chandrasekhar. Initially the faculty of zoology, and later he started the Department of Environmental Science. He had done very wonderful things, not only to the Academy of Zoology and Environmental Sciences. He had been a very good friend of mine. Beyond anything else, personally, he had been a very good friend of mine. And he helped me personally on many matters, including the avenue for studies to my son, who, after availing the training, he completed his +2 and he did his BTech and then MTech. And he is now working for Amazon. He is now working in USA, Virginia. So, very fond remembrance of my association with Dr. Daniel Wesley and Dr. Chandrasekhar. Of course, not to leave out those faculty who succeeded Dr. Wesley and Dr. Chandrasekhar. Dr. Selma was my colleague, Jamal. He ended up here as a faculty of zoology. Soundar Pandian was very good. So, I may forget the names, but each one of those days have been very closely associated with me and very friendly with me. A lot of things to share with us. So I am taking a lot of time to introduce it, but I can't miss doing it because I may not get another opportunity to place and record my association with these great people at this Bishop College and a great institution. And as I said, I also said I was again associated with the institution as the Deputy Controller of Examinations of Bharat University in matters administration and examinations. And later, as the Director of Distance Education, I had done a collaboration association with this college. Very many faculty in this college were resource persons. We conduct programs. I very specially recollect my association with Natarajan, who was in the computer science department, and he did wonderful things to. I mean, I was in a kind of a challenge to establish a model, a novel center for distance education, not the ones which the other universities were running. I was thrown a challenge of establishing a totally new version of distance education. So I looked to my colleagues from different institutions to help me to establish such a kind of a distance education program in Bharat University, and Natarajan was doing one in doing that. And there were others, of course, but he was doing very good things because Bharat University is essentially known for the computer science. And he was one of the founders, pioneers, to establish the Department of Computer Science. I recollect that. So, to sum up, I have been very closely associated with this institution. Though there has been a breakup about 15 years, I have been. I retired in 2008, and beyond that, there were fewer only opportunities to associate with this institution. So, still, it is vivid, and it is so pleasant to be coming back to this campus and have a nice interaction with colleagues and with the students and the participants of this great program. So having said this pleasantries, I'm very happy that particularly I'm associated with today's program, which is an aspect of the golden jubilee of the institution. So I have told all my associations, therefore it is essentially like I'm so emotional to be participating in this function, an aspect of the golden jubilee, but I have recollected all my associations, which are ample evidence enough to be associated with the growth of this institution, at least to see metamorphosis from one level to another level. So I'm so happy to be associated with the Golden Jubilee program. Well, having said the pleasantries and the niceties, I have been invited to be the chief guest of the inauguration of the conference on alternatives to animal experiments. Well, I would have done a good job if I'm taking to a PowerPoint, but unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that. We started late, and therefore, I need one full hour to go through the PowerPoint which I brought. I do not want to do that at this stage. Instead of the program, so having today's topic is set as National Virtual Conference on Unraveling Applications of Alternative to Animal Models in Biological Research. Very little lengthy. Very simply, it is simply alternatives to animal experiments in biological research. So that is what it is essentially meant. Well, as I was introduced, I had a very great contact association with the topic of alternatives to animal experiments. Perhaps I was one of the pioneers to have initiated people to think about non-animal methods in India. There were hardly few people at that time. I'm talking about 2000, around that period. There were not many who were sensitized about this concept of non-animal methods or alternatives to experiments. I was one among them who have been to kickstart some activity. It means take people into thinking about non-animal methods, not to use animals in their education, research, testing, drug discovery, and so on and so forth. And we had, of course, others supporting us. We had Dr. M.C. Sadyanarayan, who was at that time an associate professor in the Department of Zoology, Biotechnology in ABC College. We had some NGO organizations, like people for animals, and a few other organizations who supported us in this movement. So I should thank these organizations which support me, us in this endeavor of alternative studies. So having said this, I should little briefly take you through a journey along the evolution of thoughts in respect of alternatives and experiments or virtual experimentation of experiments of avenues. This topic is essentially concerned about the kind of number of animals that are used, that were used and that are now used in aspects of education. There was a mention made about it. Education, we're using several million animals in the laboratories for the purpose of dissections, particularly when +2 was introduced. You heard about millions of students taken to biological sciences, and they had to use at least 5-6 frogs in each year to dissect. And ultimately, perhaps hardly anybody took the profession using those animals. Those training, make use of those training. So, and in the undergraduate and postgraduate programs also, we have been using animals in very great many numbers, both wild caught and laboratory bred, like frogs, mussels, insects, they were snakes, turtles, they were wild caught, and rat, mouse, rabbits, they are bred in the laboratory for this purpose. So, wild caught and laboratory bred animals have been used in large numbers towards education at the undergraduate and postgraduate level. And we realized that through our experience and exposure to these laboratories, we found that the training that the students get using these animals, letting them to suffer undue pain and distress, were being used in the dissections and experiments. We realized that it's not really translated into final product, developing students and developing. Otherwise, they are not exposed to these conditions. So we started a movement in country, and I'll come to that in a little bit. So that is how I got associated with this. That was a 19 in around 2000. And in 2008, I retired and I was doing a lot of service to the animal alternatives movement. And then as was introduced, we had the Government Camp Center for alternatives. In recognition of the service I have rendered to the alternatives movement in India and globally, the Government Camp Center Foundation from Switzerland, they invited me to be the director of the Government Camp chair. There's an indoor chair, which is a very rare honor. There are only 6 people across the world who have been conferred the honor as Government Camp chair, and I started in Mahatma Gandhi Government Camp Center for Alternative Study Experiments. And then there was nothing to stop me to aggressively go into sensitizing people about the non-animal methods and why not to use animals and why use the alternative methods. So we have been doing a very satisfactory journey through the alternative methods in the country. Well, as I said, I'll take you through a small journey through the alternatives. Maybe it's 15 minutes. Well, the concept of alternatives to animal experiments, or the non-animal methods, the concept originated, the genesis of it took place during the 1950s, early 1950s, when particularly in Europe, very especially in the UK, scientists, leave alone the NGOs, animal welfare organizations, I'm talking about scientists, biological scientists, biomedical scientists, biochemical scientists. They were greatly worried about the way animals are used in the experiments. I'm talking about not dissection. Dissection is a different avenue altogether. In UK and Europe, dissection is not so emotional as we did. There they do it in group dissections. Therefore, that's a unique endemic issue to India, or Indian subcontinent, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and West in Bangladesh. Not even the other countries. So the dissection is an endemic issue. Coming to experimentation, it is global. And in the global scenario, particularly in Europe, very especially in UK, there are associations of university scientists and institutional scientists. This association was greatly concerned about the number of animals used in experimentation and research and the way they are used. Number of animals used and the way they are used. No concern for the life in their organism which they were using, subjecting them to great many stress and pain and distress. So they were concerned, scientists of the UK, in an association, they decided that something must be done to stop this practice and be humane and considerate towards the animals and to limit the number of animals that are used in this experimentation. So the institute they decided that they will allow Dr. Russell to investigate into this matter and come out with a guideline as to what is to be done regarding the animals that are used in experimentation. And Lex was doing it, going across the country, United Kingdom, UK, speaking to people and trying to understand how the animals are used and what the conditions in the animals are used. And he found that it was a really heavy burden. So he invited Burke. Russell invited Burke to be associated with him. So Russell and Burke, as the duo, they submitted a report to the Federation of Universities in 1959. And that report is in the form of what is called as the humane experimental techniques. Remember, these are words which we should remember to understand the rest of the talk. Russell and Burke, 1959, they bring out this report in the form of the humane experimental techniques. And this book, remember, it is almost more than 60 years now. It was in fact a very, very emotional and sensitive issue in those days. And the people were divided as supporters of President, opponents of President. A lot of things were happening. But then the subject was science. The humane experimental technique is not any philosophy, it's not any ethics, it is science. Russell and Burke were talking about the future of science using this many number of animals, the way the animals are not really taken care of. So it has become a serious subject starting 1959 to this day. And it has the emphasis on this, the humane experimental techniques. So what did they say in that book? It is in a nutshell, you can say this one is a book of 3 R's. The humane experimental technique of Russell and Burke is simply talking about 3 R's. The 3 R's are there in many avenues. In environment, there is 3 R's. So there are 3 R is very common. But here the 3 R, reduction, replacement, reduction, and refinement. Keep this, remember these words. Russell and Burke, humane experimental technique, 3 R's. The 3 R's are replacement, reduction, and refinement. The replacement is the opportunity to replace all those experiments and exercises which are using animals, to replace it with non-animal material. The technical term which Russell and Burke used was to replace the sentient animals with non-sentient material. This is a very crucial term. Sentient means, organisms, animals who feel the pain. They have the receptors, nervous system, to analyze the stresses and feel the pain. So, the replacement would mean to replace the use of sentient animals, sentient beings, with non-sentient material, meaning they are going to have like non-living material. Non-living in the sense they don't feel the pain. It's non-sentient animals. And there were not many alternative methods which will be fitting into the replacement. That is to totally replace animals with non-animal material. So replacement of animals with partly limited, I'll come to that. And the next was to reduce the number of animals used. To use very minimal animal number of animals. Like we are using 10 animals in a group, reduce it to 3 animals. You can reduce it to 3 animals technically by putting to power calculation. There are methods of analyzing or estimating the number of animals required to be in a group. So there's a power calculation. So use power calculation and reduce the number of animals to the very minimum to produce the same result as you would produce with large number. So that is called reduction. And the third is replacement. So if there is nothing to refine it, if there is nothing to replace, and if it is not even affordable to do the reduction, then you go for what is called as the refinement. Use minimal number of animals and treat the animals in a manner very humane. Don't give them to stress them. Pain. Give them a good lodging, good food, good ambience, and that's the reason why we have now houses in colleges and universities that are air conditioned. The faculty don't have air conditioner, but the animal house has air conditioning. Very good food. The best made feed is prepared for them to take care. This is refinement. The animal husbandry conditions, maintenance conditions, to be very good enough for them to live happily within inner commerce. I mean, you are going to kill them. We know that they are going to kill them. But then, as long as they are alive, as long as they are using the experiment, we have to keep very good care. There is an not mentioned implication in that good signs are there. If you are not taking good care of the animals, I repeat, if you are not taking good care of the animals, you are not giving them the required environmental conditions, temperature, pressure, and kind of things, good feed, good water. If you are not giving them, then the experimental data will be not very relevant to what you are expecting. So good science requires animals to be able to good data. Over and above the compassion, the ethical issues, the good science would require animals to be good enough to give you the good data. Because this is not for nothing you are doing the experiment. You are concerned about finding a toxicity of the material, a chemical, or you are trying to find a drug to be developed out of the chemical that you have, or the material that you have. It is an application. And therefore, finding this application successful, competitive, you will have to have the data adequate enough, good enough, fair enough, and that fair data is possible only if you are using very healthy animals that are taken good care of. So you have replacement, reduction, and refinement. And the important message for you also to carry here is that in the recent times, there has been a lot of debate about the sequence in which the 3 R's were used. We did replacement first, reduction second, and the refinement third. Why did not they put refinement first? Why did not they put reduction first? Well, it was not very clearly understood. But in the recent 10-15 years, scientists who are concerned with alternatives have started realizing that there is a very strong logic to work with replacement first, followed by reduction, and followed by refinement. Meaning that the priority is for replacement. The priority is for replacement. Where there is a non-sentient material available to replace an animal, you have to go only to replace it. You have no other excuse. The questionnaire for the ethical committee will say that are there other methods, non-animal methods, which is useful to resolve this issue and experimental animal. So if you have alternative method, if you have a replacement method, you cannot do animal experimentation there. Replace it with only the non-sentient material. So that is the priority. The ultimate beginning is that you replace animals with non-sentient material, and you put effort to discover newer and newer alternative, replacement alternatives, such that over the period of time, you will totally do away with the animal experiments. Are you getting me? The effort is that replacement is given priority to the extent that we will not only change to non-animal or replacement alternative, but there will be a section of scientists who will be continuously researching to find a non-living, non-animal alternative methods, and that will be added on to the list of techniques or methods that are available for non-animal experimentation. So replacement is the priority, followed by reduction, followed by refinement. Refinement is not like, it's the last result. Refinement is the last result in that if only you have no other non-sentient alternative, and if only you cannot reduce the number of animals for some obvious reason, you can go for refinement. So refinement is not the priority. So it was in 1959, and when Russell and Buck themselves, they were a little bit of prophetic. They were foreseeing that there will be great changes taking place over the next century. They were expecting that a time will come when animals will not be used in the experiments, in the research, in biomedical science, in drug discovery, in toxicology. They expected that there would be total replacement of animal use in these avenues. So they started in 1959. They had mentioned in their book some alternative methods, particularly tissue culture. They didn't have cell culture. They used the phrase tissue culture. And the other, there are methods of refined interaction, and I said it's a power calculation, refinement, filtration, determination, and that thing. So he was very particularly making mention about ethical handling of animals. Ethical handling of animals. Don't put the animal to any stress in experiments. So this is the sequence. And the expectation is that a time will come when reduction will not be required, refinement will not be required, because you will not use animal, you will use only non-sentient material in the place of animals. So that is the ultimate goal of this topic, and you will have very brilliant speakers to address this conference, the virtual conference, to tell you about these things. Two, three important messages or developments I would like to convey here. No time to go into the details. So I said Russell and Buck have been really prophetic to say that a time will come when we will have a lot of replacement alternatives. So starting 1959 to whatever 2022, there has been very great progress in terms of replacement alternatives. And they used, Russell and Buck used the phrase tissue culture, and it is actually precisely the development of cell culture. And we have now any issue that you would like to conduct experiment. In the place of animal, you can use human tissue. Animal is not exactly human. What you do experiment in a rat, you don't replicate it with the human. You don't reproduce it with the human. Human is different from rat. Human is different from mouse. And therefore, rat is not human, mouse is not human. If your interest is to discover drug for human, if your interest is to find if some chemical is toxic to the human, do it in human material and not in animal. So human material is cell. Human cells are there. Very many cells, very many counts, varieties are there in the cell repositories. You can yourself prepare cells in the primary culture by putting them in digesting enzymes. The connective tissue is dissolved and cells separate. So you can easily prepare neuronal cells, you can prepare hepatocytes, you can prepare kidney cells. So the primary culture is possible. So cell culture has come to be in a big way, and that is what we did in Biotechnology University of Gandhi Camp Center. We started educating and sensitizing people to use cell in the place of animal, human cell in the place of animals, and it has cut up and it has become a real wildfire in the whole country. And we have today most of the labs turned to in vitro. It's called cell culture in vitro. So they used cells for experimentation. Well, the development has been today is that what Rosenberg proposed suggested that things will happen in a rapid pace to replace animal experimentation with non-sentient human material. Things have progressed in a very rapid way. Now we have stem cells. Stem cells have come in a big way. So stem cells are those, you can develop them into any cell of your choice. So you need not even go for the terminalized cells in the human body. You can start with stem cells and develop them into hepatocytes, develop them into neurons and any type of cell. So the stem cell science has been a big landmark in the alternatives movement. And the next to the stem cell application, the next is the three-dimensional cell culture. Stem cell, in vitro, two-dimensional culture, stem cell biology, and three-dimensional culture, so that you have the architecture, like liver can be produced, a kidney can be produced, a brain, a mass can be produced. These have happened. These things have now happened, and you have got what we call as organoids. Organoids. So you have liver organoids are there, brain organoids are there, kidney organoids are there. So in vitro, 3D culture, stem cells, and organoids. A step further has been to put the organoids together in a petri plate to make it into what is called as organ on chip. Organ on. Please remember these terms. Maybe the scientists are going to speak to talk about it. 3D culture, organ on chip, and now the aggressive trend is to what is called as micro-cannulization. Please remember these things. Micro-cannulization. Like you create a mini human in a slide. This is what simply micro-cannulization. Create a mini human on the slide using all the which I mentioned. Microcanal are the channels which provide the cell culture medium equivalent, right? So fantastic development today, and the FDA, the United States, are a little lagging behind to Europe in terms of implementation of the alternative methods. Now that the microcanalization, the human on chip concept has come in, the USA has now decided that by 2030, not USA means not FDA, the US Congress has resolved that in another 10 years, by about 2030, all experiments should use only the microcanal or microcanalized miniature models and animal models. So that is the way very aggressively things have been happening. And supporting these in vitro, different levels of in vitro, we have in silico alternatives, bioinformatics tools. So bioinformatics tools, the algorithms, the programs that have been developed using the data which have been already established through experiments. So bioinformatics is giving very strong support to minimize the in vitro experimentation. Most of the things you can rely on the bioinformatics tools. And the third avenue is the alternative animal models. From highly sentient animals, you can change to less sentient animals. That is what most of the speakers are going to address today. In the place of rat and rabbit and guinea pig, mouse, you can now use animals like zebrafish, cynorhabditis elephants, very small animals. And these are the animals supposed to be less sentient or little sentient. C. elegans doesn't feel the pain. I have been working in Bharat's University Lab Center to develop Hydra as an alternative. So we published quite a few papers, and Bharat's University is the limelight for several reasons, but particularly proposing bringing Hydra as an alternative. So you remember zebrafish, sea elegans, Drosophila, and hydra. So these are model alternative model organisms. These model organisms have some limitations in that they are not again not human. They are simpler than that, and therefore they cannot be human. But they can be used to resolve some slightly stock issues, to look at compatibility, look at toxicity, look at basic drug-like behavior kind of thing and done in the alternative. So remember, you have non-animal method through in vitro, from two-dimensional culture to human on chip, the microcanalization. Remember that. You have bioinformatics in good many writing. Bioinformatics has become very popular subject as biotechnology and other branches of science. So that is coming to the support of alternatives and the alternative model organisms. The last priority to resolve some basic issues, but not for human application. But later you can conduct experiments on the human on chip and resolve issues. So this is how things have been happening, and so all these are not digested and taken into another important place in the history of alternatives. That is what is called as NAM, new approach methodologies. New approach methodologies which will involve all these things, in vitro, levels of in vitro, bioinformatics tools, and to a certain extent, the simple known animal alternative, animal models. So this is new approach methodology. It's coming in the big way. That is why I said America, USA is resolved to change to non-animal methods. So the new approach methodologies will take over the place of animal use in the experimentation. So you students who are here or who are listening to, when you become scientists, perhaps you will have very little opportunity to handle animals. You will have to be handling in vitro, cell cultures, and the bioinformatics. Be prepared. The scientific community, the research institutions are looking for people who are expertise in vitro approaches and bioinformatics and alternative model organisms. So the animal experimentation is in the declining phase, and the non-alternative methods are taking the important role to replace the animal experimentation. So I'm very happy that, as one who has been one of the pioneers of people associated with the alternatives movement in the country, and to a certain extent, it was coincidental that they thought about this conference, and I'm here in Trichy. They are lucky, coincidence. They thought they conducted this program, called me only 3 days back that I should come and inaugurate this. Well, to speak so much about the alternatives, that there nobody else will be able to do justice. On this day, I'm so happy. They spotted me, and I'm here to talk to you, share with you some of my thoughts. And I thank the Department of Zoology, Bishop College, for inviting me first to conduct this program on animal methods, and then for inviting me to inaugurate this conference and giving me a nationwide audience to listen to me. And I thank Annie Priscilla for this wonderful opportunity. I thank my colleagues in the conference. I have my students, Kamalakandan, Faridabad, Benjamin. They have been my direct students in the PhD. And Raja has come from France, earlier in Italy. He has been a student, my student in the MSc Life Science program. Been a great opportunity for me to see them today. And once again, thank the college for this opportunity. So, having said about my association with this college and creating this college is very, very, very great and practicing new things, and blessing the students, participants, who are present here and who are listening to this, who will listen to this program. And particularly to pay this tribute to all those good speakers, a great lineup of very great scientists coming from very big institutions, national institutes. It has been very, I mean, I still really wondering how Bishop College could spot those people and also be the resource person. I have not been successful in getting these people in my course. Wonderful. The great effort to the organizing team, the team in spotting these people. And I compliment those speakers, the scientists, or experts, to deliver the lectures to come. So having said this, I have a very great pleasure in inaugurating this virtual conference on alternative methods and modern methods. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Now we have come to the most important time, the time of releasing the conference proceedings, AMBR 2022 by our Chief Guest. I kindly request our Vice Principal of Bishop College of Aid Section on stage to hand over the proceedings to the Chief Guest, Dr. M.A.
John.
Duty is more urgent than that of saying thanks. We call upon the stage Reverend Benjamin Thomas, Organizing Secretary of AMBR 2022, Bishop College, to give the vote of thanks. Releasing of proceedings, I call upon stage Dr. Benjamin Thomas, the Organizing Secretary of AMBR 22, to give the vote of thanks.
And we would like to with a brief vote of thanks. So, lesson morning, we will gathered here for this national virtual conference on programming applications of alternative, which is sponsored by Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. I thank God Almighty for this leading us to this guidance of blessings and protecting this national conference. It is my privilege to thank our delegates gracing this occasion with their busy schedule. We have contacted almost 6 chief speakers deliver their lectures in different fields like C. elegans, zebrafish, and then the slime bones, things like that. And we are really thankful for them inspiring their time to give a talk on this conference. I wholeheartedly thank and express my gratitude and thankfulness to Chief Guest, Professor Rami Akhtar Sir. He was my teacher and mentor. Still, he's motivating a lot of young students to pursue their research, biological research. And I must be really, it is my honor and humble to be inviting him as a chief guest to give a talk at this conference. We are very thankful. Thank you so much for your presence. And I would like to thank our principal sir for his constant guidance and support in organizing a conference and workshops and many other activities in our department. We thank him. And, in his absence here, then I thank department head, Priscilla Suresh ma'am, for her meticulous support in planning and conducting all these department activities. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor Alalpa Moses sir, Vice Principal of Elizabeth College, and thank him for his presence here and this occasion. I would like to thank the Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. And this is the third conference funding we received from the Biotechnology, Zoology Department. This is the second funding. We also received funding for the Department of Biotechnology. We thank the funding agency for supporting us in this conference. And I would like to thank the department faculty members for their constant support in organizing a conference like this and for planning and everything. And also, we have put young students, they are tirelessly working for organizing this conference and workshops. Like this conference, they have worked a lot, like they have spent almost 3 days without sleeping and conducting this conference. I thank them wholeheartedly. So, a lot of people have helped in organizing this conference, and I thank everyone on this occasion. And also, would like to thank the non-teaching staffs of the department for their tireless help and support in organizing this conference. I once again thank the participants who are joining us through Zoom, YouTube, and you can have, if your Zoom is not working, you can watch it through live stream that is available on our YouTube channel. And I thank everyone for their presence in this national conference. Thank you.
Give a chance to slow down, pull back our losing minds and appreciate us more. So let us all have a break to refresh ourselves.
The refreshments will be provided to the hall itself. So kindly please be back after 30 minutes. Ready? All the spectators are requested to come back after 15 minutes of presentation. Okay? Technical session will be starting very soon. In 5 minutes. I request everyone to finish their refreshments and finally be seated. Welcome back to the technical session. Technical skills is the mastery of complexity, while creativity is mastery of simplicity. Now, I would like to invite our department's elegant professor, Mr. Jalpa Kirbanan, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Bishop Weaver College, and the chairperson of the Technical Session 1, To introduce our resource person, Dr. Arnab Mukhopadhyay, scientist of Molecular Aging Laboratory, National Institute of Immunology, New Delhi, who will be giving the keynote address. I request all the students to kindly be seated. I would like to invite our department's elegant professor, Mr. Jeremiah Kirbanan, Assistant Professor of Zoology of Bishop College and the chairperson of the Technical Session 1, to introduce our resource person, Dr. Arnab